Okay, your nest is empty, or it will be within a few years. So now what? Whether you know it or not, we are building empires. Empires of faith, family, fun, fitness, and of course, finance. And those empires are the legacy we leave for our loved ones. I'm Tami Romani, an empty nester mom, grandma, and entrepreneur with a vision for ever greater things in the years ahead. It's never too late, and there is no limit to what we can do. I'm so happy you're here. Now let's get to building. Hey there! I want to introduce to you Empty Nest Empires. So hi, my name's Tami Romani, and I'm your host here at Empty Nest Empires. And you know, I've been talking to my friends about creating this podcast for a while now. In fact, when I had the idea, I hopped onto Canva, which is an online app that I describe it as like Photoshop for dummies or those who need a simple design tool, which that's me. And I created the graphic for this podcast that I'm using today. The idea just came to me. And I also, at the same time, had an idea for another podcast called Voicing Your Brand. And as I started talking about both of these, I think I should start a podcast, blah, 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 blah. A lot of people said to me, start with that empty nest one first. But did I? No, I didn't. I was afraid. I started with Voicing Your Brand. That was an area that I was familiar with. I've been a voice actor for, I don't even want to tell you how long, but pushing 40 years in some capacity or another. And I just thought, you know what, I can teach people how to be the voice of their brand better than I can talk about this empty nest empire building thing. But I let it simmer for a while. And several months ago, I thought, it just wouldn't let me alone. And I don't know if you've ever had this happen, but when you get an idea and it just simmers and simmers and simmers and you don't do anything with it and it just keeps itching at you, you have to make a move, right? So I decided I'm going to test this. I'm going to test this idea. And I started talking about it, and I always got a very big, yes, do that. Yes, do that. And the name Empty Nest Empires, the idea occurred to me at the time that we are all building empires. So whether we know it or are intentional about it, we're leaving a legacy for the generations that come after us. So I started thinking, okay, what if I do this? This is way out of the box for me, but being an empty nester myself and now a grandma, I did notice far too many comments on my social media feed from those in my generation saying, they're done, they're over, they don't know how they could ever contribute to the world. My kids have moved out and I don't know what to do with myself. And that just made me so sad, And then I saw people who were killing it, like on social media or blogging or putting themselves out there. People older than me, people like, have you ever seen Batty Winkle on Instagram? Go check her out. Listen, she's a 91-year-old with a penchant for outrageously bright clothing. She never dresses her age, and she owns it. Now, Batty has over 3 million followers and a cosmetics line at Sephora now. She's monetizing that quirkiness that comes naturally to her, that her family has probably always teased her about and just said, there goes Batty again. And you know what? She was on the Kelly Clarkson show this week. They were talking about grandmas who are killing it. Now, I want to be one of those. I am not going to dress crazy for me. It's not in my personality, but it was in hers. Another one that comes to mind is Sherry Salata. She's a former producer for the Oprah show. And, that ended, and she was out of a job. And she just published a book about her midlife transformation called the beautiful no. Another one that I've seen recently is Mary Frischman. She's the creator of the pro-age woman community. I mean, scroll through Instagram and you'll find those who are doing it. Men and women who are traveling the world, or maybe the United States in retirement. Some are even living in an RV for a while. There are fashion bloggers and accidental icons popping up. But still, so few compared to what's out there and compared to the audience that we have. I mean, you're listening to this now, right? Are you listening because you searched the term empty nest or empty nester? I hope so. What I'm discovering and what I want to tell you is the world needs your gifts and your family needs your legacy. You are not too old, and it's never, ever, ever too late. So several months ago, I did have this thought, like I told you, and I thought there must be more who are searching for a new purpose in the empty nest and retirement years. So what did I do? This was comfortable for me. I opened a new Facebook community, a free Facebook community. I put the word out, and I had 200 women join in one weekend. 200. Yeah. What does that tell you? There's a need for community and encouragement in our generation. So let's talk about the whole empire building thing. Why empty nest empires? When we think of empire building, the first thing that comes to mind is finance. Am I right? Oh, legacy, building a legacy. It's all about finances and leaving things for your family and leaving this legacy and leaving millions of dollars and so on. And that's not true for everyone. But it is important. But I want to present to you the idea that empire building is so much more than that. We leave a legacy in other areas too. And in coming episodes of this podcast, we will be talking about 5 pillars of empire building. Areas like our fitness. I mean, if we don't have our health, what do we have? I'm not talking fitness like, I'm a bodybuilder and I'm this, fitness model and so on. I'm just talking about your personal fitness. Our attitudes and actions about health will impact future generations. Okay, the next one. How about we leave a legacy of fun? How many times do you laugh a day? How many? How often do you get together with your family and just laugh at somebody's silly antics? Building an empire of fun is an important part of your family's legacy. My parents are both gone now, and when I think back on the best times of my life, even as a child, it was when they were with family and friends especially, and they were laughing until they cried. That's what stays with me. That legacy of knowing how to have fun with their friends will impact future generations. And then let's talk about family then. What can we do better as grandparents or aunts and uncles? How can we inspire and empower the next generation of our own family? And then finally, we build empires of faith. Now, whether you have a strong faith or not, your beliefs will impact future generations. So we'll be talking about that too. So there you have it. Fun, faith, family, fitness, and finance. I really tried to stay with that same first letter thing. I hope I did a good job of that. And in upcoming episodes of Empty Nest Empires, we will talk about all these things. We'll interview those who are doing this legacy building thing really well, and those who are struggling to overcome obstacles or who have struggled and have overcome obstacles. And through it all, I'm really hoping and trusting that we will all be inspired to be better builders of our own empires. Okay, that's it for my introduction. I hope you'll join us as we explore this process of building empty nest empires. If you'll subscribe to this podcast wherever you like to listen, do that so you don't miss an episode. Okay? And this is Tami. I will talk to you very soon in episode 1 coming right up.